won in the arena, and Jess Dertell can't have a day off. I think she won more blue ribbons than I've seen one in a day. She absolutely blissed everyone in a beautiful way, and such a wonderful young rider. I'm not sure her age. Do you know how old?
16, I think.
Oh, we don't want to hear. We don't want to see how thin and beautiful she is and how well she sits on a horse, etc., etc. But at her age, to be able to do and experience what she's doing is an absolute treat, and a beautiful person, beautiful ambassador for the sport. And I welcome Jess Dertell and her beautiful horse Zanzibar. Thanks, Mary.
Okay, well, thank you, Roger. Well, Jess, you can just keep going a little bit and trot there. Jess, I asked Jess to warm up before she came in. Just stay on circle lines, just get him nice and through. So Jess has been fantastic to teach. I've just started teaching Jess since I came home from Europe, and I was just stunned to find such a talented young rider. And Jess works incredibly hard, I have to say. I have to tell her that I think she's riding too many horses sometimes, because she rides, I don't know, how many do you ride a day, Jess? How many? Yes, I know. And then I come and give her a lesson. She's already ridden 12 horses, and it's like, that gives me a headache just to think about that. What it is to be young and fit. Anyway, so she's very dedicated and very hard-working. So it's an absolute pleasure to help Jess. Now, this is a lovely horse. He's been bought as a schoolmaster, and he's been exactly that. You've learnt so much, haven't you, Jess, riding him? He's been a gorgeous horse. He's not the easiest horse in the world. No Grand Prix horse is. Anyone that thinks you can just go to Europe and buy a Grand Prix horse and hop on it and ride is sorely mistaken. It doesn't work like that. There is an easy Grand Prix horse. I haven't found it. They've all got their little quirks, and they don't get there without a few little quirks. So I said to Jess, what would she like to work on today? And she's chosen to work on half passes and changes. Is that right, Jess? The two things you want to do? Oh, and we can do a little piaffe passage at the end. Or do you want to do the half passes piaffe passage? Let's do that then. Okay, sounds good. All right, so the first thing we have to do, we'll start now with some sitting trot. I'm quite happy with that frame there. Sometimes in training, I like to put them a little bit deeper than you might ride in the test. So if you can just, I don't mind if you have it a little bit deeper than normal, because this is a training session, we're not in a test. So just feel to put him down a little bit, good, that he's really through. So the horse has to be really through the back. And no false steps. It's nice to have a little cadence, but we don't want to have so much that it becomes passage. I like that trot there. That's got a nice cadence. He's nice and through. Now, some of you say, oh, he's behind the vertical. Well, we're just training. It's sometimes nice to have him a little bit deeper. She can bring him up like in a heartbeat if she wants to. But sometimes just have that little bit more through is nice. And on a really nice, steady connection, he's not behind the bit. He's nicely into two reins there. I like that. That's really good.
Sorry to interject, but the word throughness is used by judges and people, and lots of people don't really understand. It's a little bit of a foggy thing. When you look at a horse and say,
question.
When you look at a horse and say, now it's through, what do you? I know it's an internal feeling, but what do we look at?
It's like, I'll go back to another one of my instructors I'd forgotten about. Franz Moringa used to say, it's like stringing the bow. So the bow is here and the string is here. And you have to string the bow. That means that the horse's whole back becomes round, that he has the back up underneath himself so he can carry you, and that he's engaged his core, like it's a horse Pilates. He's got to engage his core and carry his back up under the saddle. And that, if he does all that, then the hind leg will come under and he will come up through the wither.
So is that why in the beginning you encourage Jess to be a little bit deeper with the neck, so it gives that feeling you can string him and get the back up?
Absolutely. So you start off with the warm-up where you have the long bow, and so you have the horse nicely stretched, okay? So he can stretch forward and down, and you must give the horse, he's an athlete, he's got to have time to warm up and stretch all those muscles. And then once you've done that, then you can start stringing the bow a little bit more and bringing the horse more and more compacted. And of course, how compacted you have the horse depends on the level of training. This is a Grand Prix horse, so we want him quite round and through and compacted a little bit. And if he's not enough, then we'll come back, just ride a little half halt before the next corner. So come back a little, sit back, engage the horse, and then soften your hand. So he doesn't drop through the corner. We'll do that again. Just exaggerate a bit, Jess. Just come back, soften your hand, So you could see there that the horse almost raised its wither a little bit. So that's the half halt should engage the hind legs and encourage the horse to come up a little bit through the wither. You don't ever pull the horse's head up. What you do is you ride the hind leg under, and that connection brings the horse up through the wither. Okay, so we'll go larger, we'll ride a little shoulder in. Shoulder in is always the best possible preparation for a half pass. So when you ride the shoulder in, he's got to be really through to the outside rein, a little bit softer without dropping the inside rein, but softer. So really feel he's connected through to the outside rein. Keep the same rhythm. Good. We'll start off with very easy half passes. That's a nice shoulder in. Thank you. Good. And you ride a half 10-metre circle and come back in a half pass. Make sure the forehand comes first a little bit and then come. Good. Well done. Keep your inside leg on. Inside leg, outside rein. So what you mustn't do in the half pass is let go the outside rein and just pull the inside rein. That is completely wrong. You always have to have the horse through to the outside rein. We'll do another shoulder in. Through to the outside rein, flex to the inside, around your inside leg, but then a little softer in the connection on the inside rein. Very good. Very good. And ride a half circle to half pass. So when I teach the horses, we start it like this, really soft and easy. Forehand. Inside leg, outside rein. Inside leg, outside rein. Good. So you keep the horse upright on the outside rein. You don't let him push the shoulder through the outside rein. So we're going to make it a degree more difficult. This time I'm going to get you to go to three-quarter line and make the half pass, shoulder in. Good. I love your rhythm there, Jess. That's perfect. Really good. Really good. Now so we go to the three-quarter line and always begin the half pass, right 3 steps shoulder in and then half pass. Yeah. That was nice the way you started there with good bend. I like the bending there, and always finish with the hind leg. So you've got to start fraction with the forehand, finish a little bit with the hind leg. Very good. We'll do that again the other side. Lovely rhythm, really nice in the frame. That's our training frame. That's perfect. Lovely rhythm. Very good, Jess. Very good. Now turn to the three-quarter line. Ride a couple of steps shoulder in before you start the half pass. Good. And then to the half pass. Good. Inside leg. Don't let him run across. He's got to go across in your way. Finish it with the hind leg. Finish with the hind leg. Good. Okay. Now go large. You can ride a little bit forward on the next long side. And let's try and ride the Grand Prix half passes. I know you don't have to do these in under 25 Grand Prix, but I think you can do it. So a Grand Prix half pass, you have to be really quick out of the corner to have that bending and bring the shoulder. Think of the steps shoulder in, half pass. Doesn't matter. Come round again. Don't pull on the inside rein. Sit still. And you're just going to look at B. You're going to look there, ride there. Soft inside. Just look to the point. Look to B and just go. That's it. Very good. Keep the inside leg outside rein. Inside leg outside rein. Inside leg outside rein. Finish it. Change the bend. You're almost too early. You made it. Now he's a little short in the neck, ride him okay, so you tried too hard, Jess. You got more space than that. Make sure you use the full diagonal to B. So you arrive at change rein. Just ride a little forward. Now you've got to use the whole space. You made it too difficult. Use the whole space very smoothly. We'll do it this side. Smoothly through the corner. Look to the point, look there, ride there. Very important to look to the point. Inside leg, ride him forward with the inside leg, forward with the inside leg, ride him forward with the inside leg, ride him forward. That's better. Now ride to the point, not beforehand. Ride all the way to the point, all the way forward. Good, well done. Okay, walk and pat him. So what you did was that you tried to go too sideways. You didn't keep the forward. You must keep, the inside leg is so important. You've got to really keep the horse going forward to the point. You've got to, when you ride the half pass, look to the point you're going and ride there. Don't think, the most common mistake in half passes is people come around to start the half pass and think, oh, I've got to go sideways. And they push the hind leg in front and then the horse loses rhythm because it's impossible for the horse to make a nice rhythm. You've got to think it's a forward movement, you're going to the point. You come around, when you're training a half pass, let's just do one, we've got time. I want you to do one like a training half pass. So in a training half pass, that's when you're beginning a horse with half passes. You can do it with the half circle to the centre line the way I did, or the other way that you can do it is you can come on the diagonal, and you come on the diagonal just like a normal line, and then you ride a small travers, okay? So let's just show that one. So just trot. We're going to go, we should have done this first, but... Now the idea of this is that you don't start shoveling, so I have that wants to shovel the horse sideways, I'll do it like this. Sorry, I missed the beginning of that. So just ride forward to the point. Let's go from the other end, come from towards the audience. So you're going to go large, you're going to come to F, and you're going to ride on the F, X, H diagonal, but you're not going to try and ride a half pass to start with. You're just going to come on the line. And this is to stop people losing rhythm and trying to lead with the hind leg. So you're going to ride to H. Really simple. This is really simple. Ride to H in a straight line. Now just make a small travers, but ride to H, look at H, all the way to H, small travers, all the way to H. Good. Now that's a good way to introduce the half pass. Let's go large and do that the other way. So you're not thinking half pass when you come around the corner. Don't make the false trot, soft rhythm. You've got to always maintain that rhythm. Around your inside leg, right bend, around your inside leg, around the inside leg and a soft inside hand. Look on the line, just right on the line. And now soft travers to the point all the way to M. Soft travers. Right forward, inside leg, inside leg, inside leg, inside leg, inside leg. Well done. All right, now just go a little rising trot and loosen his back for a minute. Not too fast. Soft, relax. Soft, relax. Good. Soft, relax, and have a little walk break. We'll see if there's any questions about the half passes.
We should ask one of the judges, maybe Ricky, when for the riders that are trying to get good marks in half pass, when does it look like the quarters are too trailing? When is the point where you go from like the shoulder in the right spot to trailing? So how do you as a judge decide when it's not parallel enough? So the gentle travers was almost half pass, huh?
It's only a training exercise, yeah.
I think interpreting what Ricky is saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you look for the quality, the cadence, the balance, the control, the feeling that the horse is really with the rider and in a very good balanced rhythmical way is number one important. So if the quarters are a little tiny bit trailing, but all those qualities are there, it's not going to get marked down too much.
Yeah, well, the quarters leading is a real no-no, yeah, because at the moment, this is what I'm saying about, I see a lot of people riding half passes and they're thinking too much sideways, of shoveling the horse sideways with the leg. You shouldn't actually use a lot of outside leg in a half pass. You bring the horse across more with the outside rein, and that's what I was saying. It's outside rein, inside leg. And if you see some riders, they're like this, and the horse is here, and then it loses all the rhythm because it's leading with the hindquarters, and it's impossible for the horse to keep rhythm like that. So I use that travers exercise to really show people, look, it's just a simple thing. It's just you go on a line and then you just bring the hind leg a little bit. Don't think that you're going to shovel the horse sideways. It's ugly, it won't work, it unbalances the horse. It's got a flow, and it's how you set it up. So before you start the half pass, the horse must be into the outside rein, around your inside leg, and be ready to the forehand, and then just flow into the half pass. And that's how you get the nice big steps with the nice crossover.
It's a really good question, Mary. It's about the change of direction in the half pass, like the counter change of hand. If you could talk through the positioning for the new bend and direction, and when you begin the straightening, and how you end the half pass, and how you begin the next one.
Okay, so this is probably the most difficult point in the Grand Prix half pass. So I'll come across, I'll pretend R's B. So you flow across, this is B, I know it's R. You flow across. When you come to about this point, you've got to really bring the horse completely parallel. And then as you come here, by the time you get to this point, the horse should be fairly straight and have the hindquarters here. And then you bring the shoulder again, and then you ride forward and you look to the point. So you go there. This looking to the point is really important, because I see what riders do. They look straight ahead and they're going like this, and it just gets really ugly. You just look to the point and ride there.
Is that what the question we were looking at getting answered, wherever? Yep, thank you.
Okay. All right. No more about half pass. I'm just going to show you. I mean, Jess is very brave because she's just given me the things that she's having some issues with, instead of trying to hide anything, which is what we've been quite honest today. So this is a really talented horse, a really lovely schoolmaster, but he has got the habit in Piaffe of doing this. And so we have to fix that, and it's possible. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of the technique that we use to try and fix that. I think I've got a whip there. I'm not going to smack him. I only have to walk near him and breathe on him, and he'll do it. So when we have a horse with this issue, Jess and I started working with this horse when he's a trained horse, so some little things have crept through in training. But all the horses have different ways of balancing, or when they start the Piaffe, where the centre has to be reduced and the horse has to keep balance. If you introduce the Piaffe before the horse is really strong enough, and the same with the passage, they will start doing various things to support themselves to find their balance. And when these things creep in, then you have to find a way to deal with it. So what we do with this guy is come over here, Jess. We'll come down here. So first of all, we'll just do with him. He's all right if we go straight to Piaffe, or do you want a passage first? Doesn't mind? Okay. So I'll just do a little thing where take the horse in a circle round me. So just come in a small circle in a leg yield. So just leg yield circle, nice and soft, no panic. Just a nice little leg yield, good. And he can jog a little, that's fine. Little jog. And keep him straight on the outside rein. Just a little, just doesn't have to jog. Okay, back to walk, one more. Keep him quite straight. Keep him quite straight, good. Pat him with the inside hand. And just move the hind leg to the wall and leg yield on the wall. Leg yield, keep the neck straight. And keep him the leg yield. Okay, come round again. Don't let him escape. You've got to keep your outside rein more. Come round me again. Don't have to go so much forward. He can't piaffe that forward. A little bit forward, but not too much. Just keep him straight in the body. Good boy. Come. Keep the hind leg to the wall. Hind leg to the wall. A little bit more sideways. A little bit more sideways. A little bit more sideways. That's it. A little bit rounder. All right, take a circle around me and just make him softer and rounder. He's too tense, so just make him soft. Soft. Walk, walk, walk. Make him soft. Make him soft. Make him soft. And just do it out of the walk. Just a few little joggy steps when you come to the walk. Don't make any big deal out of it. Just have him sideways. So he's just crossing the hind legs. Really soft and round, not tense. Just jog the hind leg a little bit. Just a little jog. Sideways, sideways. No, he's got to move away from your inside leg. That's it. Move him away. And he's got to stay round. He's not staying round. That's better. Good. Now, give him a pat. Keep him sideways. And now just walk a small circle again. He's got to have more relaxation and he's got to stay more round. Relaxation. Round. Round and soft. Round and soft. That's it. Soft. So don't make him do it. Let him offer it. And when he offers it, pat him. Good, like now. All right? I don't want you to force it. I want you just to set it up so he offers it. Take a small circle again. And soft. And soft. And soft. And soft. That's it. Let it. Okay. Pat him. And just... in the little leg yield, soft, soft, soft. Good, and pat him, and walk. Much better. I don't need any whip near him. Now just walk the small circle. So just do it like that. So you don't make him do it, he offers it. That's the important thing. No force, just soft legs. Hang your legs down, long legs, no squeezy leg, long leg. That's it, round, round. Now he's put the hind legs out the back, so you've got to keep him a little more straight and a little more round. Straight in the body. Good, pat him, pat him, pat him, pat him. Good boy, good boy. So when you do less, that's very good. Walk and pat him. So when he's tense, he really goes this side to side. When he's relaxed and he's round and he's through, he stops that. He relaxes the back and he offers it himself, and then he's got to have immediate reward and he's got to be round and through. Don't go on with it if he starts to hollow his back. Just soft, round, through, soft. Pat him, pat him, pat him. And don't take your rein, just pat him with your hand on the rein. Pat him, pat him, pat him, pat him, pat him, pat him. Pat. Good. And whoa, and pat. So this is one of the exercises that with Patrick, he always gets you to pat the horse while you're piaffing and passaging so that they stay relaxed. And a lot of people pat the horse and go, good boy, and they stop. We don't do that. You keep going and pat the horse so he learns to keep going and feel happy about what he's doing and know it's good. Not a pat and stop, it's pat and keep going. Good. Now he's getting more relaxed. He's getting rounder. Good boy. Let him offer it. So no clingy legs. Stretch your heels. You can click if you like, just in training. Soft little tap with the leg if you need it, but only one leg. Only the inside leg, not the other leg. Good. Good. Pat, pat, pat. He's got to keep going when you pat him. Keep going. Keep going. And now passage, but soft and pat. Pat. That's it. Long legs. Stretch heels down. Soft legs. Soft. Good boy. Pat him. No tension. Soft, relaxed. Just let him use his energy for the movement, but not for tension. Good boy. Good boy. Now very soft piaffe, super soft hands. Just sit. Now put the hind leg a little bit with one leg to the wall, just a fraction. Yeah. Good. Now go on in passage and pat him. So you can see the problem, but we have to work through it very tactfully. And it gets much worse if he's tense, so we have to keep the relaxation. All right, have a little trot. And I want you to stretch him in rising trot and make him soft. No running away. Keep him wool, steady, soft. Not too fast. On the outside rein though. Don't lose your outside rein. Down on the outside rein. Connected on the outside rein. Down on the outside rein. Down on the outside rein. Good. And then a little bit the other way. Okay, so we've only spent a few minutes on that, and it's not... When you're training piaffe passage, you have to do it in short sessions, especially if the horse has got a tension problem or there's something happening there. You've got to look for small steps towards the right thing. You can't go out and say, right, we're going to fix this today, because you won't, or you'll end up as a mess. And you have to build the horse's confidence, because obviously what's happened in the past is he's obviously been pressed or asked to do something a bit early, or it just might not even be that, it might just be him. So he's developed a bit of a tension and a stress about it, so we have to take that tension and stress out with a lot of rewards and not too many repetitions. Just look for that point where you've got some progress and then stop and leave it. Good, Jess. Put him right down deeper if you can. Relax, because we've actually run out of time. But you can see it was going in the right direction. Wasn't exactly to where we want to be, but it was certainly going in the right direction. And what happens is when they brace themselves going side to side like that, the idea is that by putting them in that little bit of a leg yield, getting the horse to close up here a little bit. So you can't go swinging like that, he's got to close up a little bit. So you just use that gentle little bit of a leg yield to try and fix the swinging. And the other thing was when Jess started, she did try to do the piaffe too much on the spot. And then, of course, if he couldn't balance, then he'd really do that. But he's getting better with it, and we've move it forward a little bit, which he's allowed to do a small amount forward, certainly in the into two. So that's also why when you start training piaffe, don't try and stick it on the spot straight up. You've got to really let the horse develop the strength to be able to stay more on the spot. But before you do that, you've got to let the horse creep forward, and everything you do is to try and help the horse keep a proper balance, because there's a million ways it can go wrong training piaffe passage. Thank you, Jess. Super job. Well done.
Yeah, a fantastic job for Jess Dertell on the beautiful Zanzibar, and to see one of our young riders at her age riding around on a horse like that, it's makes us feel good about our future in dressage in Australia, that's for sure. So while we just wait for Caro Wagner, I'll ask a question, be big and brave.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to go on about deep and round, but there is a purpose in over the back. And lots of people keep on talking about over the back and over the back. How do you actually get a horse to be over the back?
Well, it's a little bit just what I was saying before. You've got to, by your position, you shape the horse. So he mustn't push the shoulder through the outside rein. So you make the shape of the horse very much through the outside rein and your seat. So one of the things I think I find myself saying a lot when people can't get the horse really through is that you've got to keep that shape on the outside. You don't want the horse to push the shoulder through the outside rein. You've got to keep that outside rein and then sit and use your seat to influence the horse and to activate the hind legs. So it's like stringing the bow, as I was talking about before, that you bring the horse into this shape. And so to do that through your position and through your rein and your connection and your seat and your leg, that you close the horse up and bring the back up. Not that you're closing it this way with a hollow back. You sometimes see horses that are round in the neck, but they're hollow in the back. That we don't want that. We want the whole horse to be round. So that if a horse is ridden not round correctly, you'll find it's got no muscle over the top of the back. The horses that build that nice muscle on the back have been worked in that, like using their core and having the back up.
Thank you.